What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for another WizKids HeroClix unboxing series. This time, for the DC Universe Rebirth series. Now, I say series lightly because it's an entire brand reconstitution. Coming out of the 52 and combining it with the old DC lore and mythology and continuity, they were able to create something brand new and really cool, in my opinion, and that is this. Boom. It's been a long time since we had just a complete and total DC set. You know, we've had Batman the Animated Series, and the Wonder Woman sets, and the Batman sets, or the Superman sets, and they've all been very specialized. This thing is massive, and the possibilities of what can be in this set are really kind of endless, to say the least, I would say. So I can't wait to kind of get into this. Once again, Christmas morning for the HeroClix nerds out there, we get to pop this open. This set has had some date movage. I believe that the pre-release is going to now be on April the 3rd, and then we'll be able to get the hold of the set a couple weeks after that. Oh man, yeah. We're gonna take a look at the box first, kind of see what we know we're gonna have in the set before we see any other little surprises. Let's see at the front of the box. Like I said, we've got just our basic Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Trinity. On the top, you've got Deathstroke. He plays a big part in the Rebirth entire new branding. We've got, on the side here, we've got Teen Titans and the Justice League of China, which is really cool. I'll slide this down here so you can see a little bit of that. Justice League of China there. You've got their Superman, their Batman, their Wonder Woman. I love the Justice League of China. It is based out of so much mythology. I really get off on really deep lore behind characters within the comic books. Every comic book character for a very long time seemed to have very similar origins, struck by a bolt of lightning or some type of chemical explosion or exposed to some type of ray. There's a lot of thought that goes into the characters within Justice League of China, and that's a really cool book. It spun out of New Superman, and it's definitely worth a read. I'm excited about that. We've got Raven, we've got Kid Flash, that's Wally West III. We've got Starfire on that side of the box. On the other side of the box, we've got more of the Justice League. We've got Superman, we've got Wonder Woman, we've got Aquaman. Here, I'll slide that down there so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm looking at here. And then, very excited about this Batman family little panel here. You know, you've got Batman, but then you've got Duke Thomas here in his Signal outfit. That's really cool. And then you've got Clayface. That's not just Clayface as a normal Batman rogue. That's Clayface as a part of the Bat family in Detective Comics on a really cool team with my favorite Robin, Tim Drake, and you've got Spoiler and Batwoman and Clayface. It's a really cool book and definitely worth checking out. If you guys stepped away from DC, haven't read it in a little while, or if you guys loved the New 52, or if you love the old DC continuity, Rebirth really is for you, and it's worth checking out. I went back and did some more research on Rebirth and read a bunch of books this week, and man, some of the stuff is really, really neat. So excited to dig in here. Like I said, possibilities are endless as to what could really be inside this set, because you've just got an entire publisher and all of their books to pick from. You know, what excited me most about Rebirth at the start was the return of one of my favorite characters. You know, some characters were pulled off the board during the New 52. Ryan Choi was gone. Wally West is my favorite Flash, and he's the biggest part that was missing for me. But Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, you have a lot of characters that disappeared and then came back when Rebirth happened. The actual Rebirth mini that started it all, following Wally West to his return to the DCU, was a really cool window into what we could expect Rebirth to be. It was a tough read for me because I thought they were just going to completely remove him from the board for good. Every little piece of hope that I had that he would return I thought was going to be washed away, but they handled it in a really cool way. But what you end up finding out is at the beginning of Rebirth, 10 years, a decade is missing for every character in the DC universe, and that opened the door for the Watchmen to become a part of the main DCU as well. So literally anything could be in this set. So let's, without further ado, see what we get in our first booster. All right, boom. Let's see. Ooh, we've got some stuff I wasn't even expecting, but I guess I should have been. Mr. Terrific, it looks like, is in here. You've got the Wonder Woman from Justice League of China. Oh, you've got Jackson Hyde, the new Aqualad there. In his return, you've got Duke Thomas in his We Are Robin gear. And then you've got Tara, it looks like, from Deathstroke's new team, Defiance, I believe. Deathstroke gets a hold of the Speed Force and forms a team and tries to become a hero. And yeah, we'll see how all those things go. It's going to be tricky for me to talk about a lot of these Rebirth characters because what I don't want to do is spoil anything for these storylines. A lot of them have just popped up within the last year or two. And with the way that comics are today, some people wait for trades, some people read them right away, and some people like to see if a storyline has longevity before even trying to jump in and catch up or read it in its whole. You know, it's different than talking about Elseworlds tales that have been around for a very long time or deep diving on history with characters. I don't want to spoil too much for anybody out there watching that loves to read comics or that might want to be interested in checking out comics they would have never looked at but will now because of the HeroClix figures that I'm pulling today. Which I hope is what happens. There's a great synergy between this game and what it offers comic book fans and what it offers to people who are just tabletop players who might get interested in checking a book out or two. So I'm going to try to not do too many spoilers. That being said, oh, whoa! Wonder Woman is actually a super rare. So we pulled a super rare in our first pack. That's awesome. But let's get talking. Mr. Terrific, I guess we'll start with him first. And for anybody who hasn't seen one of these unboxing series, they're kind of quick, kind of dirty. I open up the packs. I kind of talk about the characters that are in each one of these boosters, and then kind of show you their cards and a little close-up now. Here at Hyper RPG Studios, we've got some really cool camera setups now, so hopefully everybody really enjoys it. But Mr. Terrific has a couple of things that make him really important in the sense of the DC Rebirth storylines. He is a big part of Dark Knight's Metal, and he also has his own book called The Terrifics, which is actually a really fun book. The team is not what you would ever expect it to be. It's Metamorpho, it's Plastic Man, it's Mr. Terrific, and it's Phantom Girl from the Legion, but in the current day and time. And it's a really fun, dysfunctional family kind of book that kind of mirrors a book that has been absent from the competitors' pull list for a little while. A fantastic book, if you will. But the Terrifics are a lot of fun and definitely worth checking out. But here we go. Mr. Terrific here. He is set number 29. He's worth 70 points. He is Justice Society, Terrifics, Celebrity and Scientist keywords. He's got a trait, T-Spheres, free. Generate a T-Sphere bystander, maximum of 3, or place any number of his T-Spheres adjacent to him. That's pretty cool. He's got a special attack power, calculate the optimal angles. Precision strike. When Mr. Terrific makes a close attack, he may target a character within 6 squares that's adjacent to his T-Sphere, regardless of adjacency. So he can use precision strike through his T-Spheres, and you can get a look at his T-Sphere there. And you can also get a look at his dial on the back. 70 points, 5 clicks long. Figure looks awesome, and he can just spit those T-Spheres out all over the place. So definitely excited to use him. Hopefully that means we're going to get a Plastic Man. Plastic Man has been playing a big part in Rebirth as well. He was an egg for a while. Yeah, don't ask. It's, of course, things that you would expect. How awesome would it be to get Plastic Man in egg form on a HeroClix tile? He like just sits there for like 6 rounds before finally, surprise! That's really, really cool. Moving on, we're going to go to Duke Thomas, actually. Man, the fact that he is in his We Are Robin garb gives me hope that maybe we'll see some other We Are Robin characters, or maybe we'll see Alfred, who is kind of the man behind the whole thing, which is would be really cool. We could see the nest if it was a keyword. Man, I would love that, the nest to be a keyword. That would be really cool. Then you could have all the We Are Robins underneath that banner. Izzy and Dre and Duke, you know, that would be really cool. I'd love to see them because there'd be lower pointed characters that actually deserve to be lower pointed characters. They're all kind of learning on the job. One of them drives a motorcycle, so you could have some variance to all of them. Anyway, Duke Thomas, let's see, take a look at his figure here real quick. And now we'll take a look at his card. Duke Thomas, he is set number 11A. Ooh, we're getting a prime of Duke Thomas. I guarantee you it's going to be Signal, and I'm going to be searching for that big time. Gotham City martial artist keywords. He is worth 35 points. Has a trait We Are Robin. Friendly characters making close attacks modify attack by +1 for each friendly character adjacent to them. There we go. Or to their target. Or maybe we might be missing a word there. There you go. The back of his dial. And like I said, low pointed. Only 4 clicks long. Definitely versatile enough. But yeah, if we could get a bunch of them, that would be really cool to kind of run them all together as a smaller team and then have a, you know, piece in Alfred that is definitely helping empower them. That would be very, very cool. Okay, let's see. Tara. Yes, Tara is back in DC Rebirth. Take a look at her card here. She is set number 4. Defiance, which is the Deathstroke hero team. Remember, we're the good guys. When Tara hits one or more opposing characters with an attack but none are KO'd, after resolutions, roll a d6. From a 3 to 6, heal Tara 1 click. Ooh, some nice little free regen there. Another trait called Insert Rock-Based Power Pun here. Barrier. Other friendly characters adjacent to one or more of her barrier markers can use Toughness and modify defense by +1. They are playing really well together at this Defiance keywords and traits. Draw from the Earth is a special defense power she has. Energy, shield deflection, toughness, willpower, but only if Tara is adjacent to blocking terrain. Flip it over, take a look at her dial. She's worth 65 points. Like I said, set number 4. Pretty good dial. There's some side steps, some telekinesis, which will be a big time in the sealed tournaments. We always know we're looking for a little bit of TK in sealed tournaments, and she's going to help that team a lot with mobility. The figure here looks great. The Defiance team all has that white and black color scheme. It's actually based, I believe, on kind of sort of loosely on the Icon suit. Icon, of course, one of Deathstroke's good friends for a very long time, created this suit, IKON, Icon. And Deathstroke never really used it until Rebirth, and he started to really utilize it. Jericho is also a part of that team and is very, very big time. He utilizes the Icon suit as well. So you'll see that white and black color scheme with a little bit of yellow piping and outline. They look great. All right, moving on to Aqualad. That is Jackson Hyde. Good to have him back. You take a look here at the character. He's got his twin, his little twin swords there. Set number 50, Teen Titans team ability on his base. Take a look at his card real quick. Atlantis and Teen Titans are his keywords. Set number 12, Titans Reborn, trait. When Aqualad is given a move action after resolutions, he can use Titan's team ability at no cost. Nice. I'm betting that is a shared trait. Also has working on my electrokinesis, energy explosion with a 6 range and 3 targets, but only once per game. So only a one-time ability there. 6 clicks long. Pretty great dial for only 50 points. Wow. 2 clicks of 11 attack in there. Really great defensive stats. Both energy shield, deflection, and close combat reflexes, so you can vary up distances when you want to play with him. Wow, he's very, very versatile. For people that don't know, Jackson Hyde is half human, half Atlantean, but his dad, mute button if you don't want any spoilers. His dad is Black Manta. So hopefully we'll get a new Black Manta in this set as well. They've got a really cool storyline that deals with the Pearl of the Ocean, and you know, this kind of Empire Strikes Back tale that they go through together. So definitely worth a read there. Okay, let's take a look at our first super rare of the set. This is Justice League of China, and that's their Wonder Woman. Now, I think I said when I showed the outside of the box how into mythology and lore and everything I am into when it's backing up a character or helping create the origin of a character. And hers is really cool in the fact that it's based on, I believe it's something, it's like the tale of the White Snake, or the legend of the White Snake. They're two friends. One was a white snake, one was a green snake, and a white snake falls in love with a human, and through focusing and through other methods, they are able to turn themselves human. And she falls in love with this man. She goes to marry him. The white snake does. And then the green snake, her best friend, also falls in love with the man. And then on the day of their marriage, they are attacked by another jealous creature, and the green snake gives her life and is turned to stone. And then the Ministry of Self-Reliance, who is the clandestine government organization tasked with building the Justice League of China, discovers her and brings her to life once again. Very cool story, and all of them have really cool backgrounds. Justice League of China, spun out of New Superman, is really, really, really a great read. It's one of my more favorite reads in the Rebirth line, so definitely worth checking out. All right, she is set number 60. She is worth 175 points or 125 points. She has a split dial. She has Justice League of China, Animal, Martial Artist, Mystical, Past, and Warrior keywords. Ministry of Self-Reliance, trait, probably a shared trait. Wonder Woman has Protected, Perplex, and Probability Control, but both only from characters without the Justice League of China keyword. Okay, great. She has a special attack power, Fang of the Green Snake. There we go. Giant Reach, 2 blades, claws, and fangs. She has Indomitable and a special defense power, Lady Green Snake, Stop. So she has a stop click. Impervious, when this click is first revealed, if Wonder Woman is 125 points, modify her combat values by +1 for the rest of the game. And a special damage power, listen to your heart to find your true path. Leadership, Probability Control. When Wonder Woman uses leadership and succeeds, the character she removed, give the character she removed an action token. Whoa, let me say this again. Listen to your heart to find your true path. Leadership and Probability Control. When Wonder Woman uses leadership and succeeds, the character she removed an action token from can use Probability Control until your next turn. Let's take a look at this split dial. 125 or 75 points. Pretty solid dial there. Actually very excited. If you look, she's got that special attack power for a good chunk of that. She's got that special defense power. The Lady Green Snake, special damage power pops up for a good section of her dial as well. This is all very cool stuff. So not too bad of a first booster. My luck holds up still. Back right side of the brick, pull them out. Usually can get a super rare, something very, very cool. All right, moving on. Second booster of the brick. Let's see what we get. Yes, I forgot my box cutter today. Yes, I am using some very unwieldy scissors. The pain of a HeroClix player who just wants to get into their boosters, right, folks? Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. We got another member, or 2 more members of Defiance here. As well as, I think that's Superwoman. I think that's Lana Lang Superwoman. That's really cool. Oh, Billy Batson. Yes. Oh, I am so excited about the possibilities of Shazam now. Kid Flash. It's Wally West, of course, after he's joined the Defiance movement. I think on the outside of the boosters, we have seen the Wally West in his traditional costume. And then we've got Rose Wilson, which means we're probably going to get a Ravager in this set as well. I think we're probably going to see 2 versions of most of these characters that are a part of the Defiance team. I love the idea that Deathstroke's really trying to go good. You're not too sure when you're reading the book. Is what are his motives, because Deathstroke always has ulterior motives, right? So the team is really interesting, though. You have Tanya Spears, the new Power Girl, that's a part of it as well, who may meet an untimely end. There is definitely a lot more violence in the Deathstroke book than I was expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that much, but DC has really pushed their level of maturity in some of their books to a new level, and DC Rebirth as well. And it's a little bit of a darker take sometimes, but then they have some really cool, more lighthearted stuff. There's a book in particular with Damian Wayne and Jonathan Samuel Kent, who is the new Superboy, which I really, really, really enjoyed. So they have something for everybody. Let's start with, we've already seen Aqualad. We will start with Rose. How about Deathstroke's daughter? Rose Wilson. Take a peek at her. She's 60 points. Doesn't have any team ability on her dial. Let's see what she does on her card here. All right. Rose Wilson, set number 3. Trait, remember, we're the good guys. When Rose Wilson hits one or more opposing characters with an attack, but none of are KO'd, after resolutions, roll a d6. From 3 to 6, heal Rose Wilson 1 click. We saw that on Terra. Oh, this is going to be super annoying for anybody fighting against the Defiance team. She also has a trait called Visions of Another's Death, probability control, but can only re-roll opposing attacks. So if they're not KOing your figures, all of this Defiance team are going to be getting clicks of life back. That is going to be incredibly annoying. Great little synergistic dial there. She's got exploit weakness and some charge. She's got sidestep and some precision strike. I like it. She's got probability control as well. That is traited. So very good dial there. You know, let's stay with the Defiance theme. Let's look at Kid Flash. Good old Wally West III. Typical Flash movement there, the little translucence on the back of the sculpt. He's 75 points. Take a look at his card really quickly. Set number 21, Central City Defiance and Speedster keywords. Oh, the stuff they did with the Flash, by the way, I'll tell you a little bit later, but the stuff they did with the Flash and Rebirth is awesome. Remember, we're the good guys. Same trait that we just saw in the other two. Speed Force is another trait. When Kid Flash moves at least one square and hits one or more adjacent characters after resolutions, give him a speed token. Modify speed by +1 for each of his speed tokens. Oh, nice. So he keeps on running faster and faster the more he is able to land attacks. Free tornado rides for everyone, special attack power. He can fly. Choose one, Force Blast, Smoke Cloud, or Telekinesis. Until your next turn, Kid Flash can use the chosen power and may remove a speed token to activate it as free instead. So we have more than one use for those speed tokens he'll be generated on successful attacks. Pretty solid dial there. Pulls up a little bit of probability control. Stepping it up for the Flashes once again. And the Flash storyline, the first at least arc of the Flash storyline, is really great. There's this speed storm that happens. A ton of people gain the Speed Force. How they deal with them losing their powers is really cool. There's a new villain that comes into play named Godspeed, which is really cool. And actually, the Flash from the Justice League of China, Avery, she gets her powers through that speed storm as well. So a lot of new speedsters. The Flash, the first arc, definitely worth checking out if you have not seen it yet. Hopefully that means we get some new villains in this set as well. I mean, Godspeed is a pretty cool example, and his power set is something that could really be a silver bullet against speedsters. So I'd love to see him in this set. Who knows if we'll get him, but I'm crossing my fingers. Next, we'll go with Billy Batson. Billy Batson here, just reading his morning paper, drinking a little. What is he drinking? A little soda pop? What has he got? A microphone. Oh, he's reporting. That's what he's. I thought he's like drinking a soda pop, reading his newspaper. No, he's reporting. All right, Billy Batson. Let's take a look at his card. He is 26 as the set number. He's worth a split dial here of 40 or 20. I'm super excited to have Billy in this form, but I'm even more excited about the fact that this means we're getting a new Shazam. Fawcett City, Justice League International, Justice Society, Mystical, and Reporter. Keywords: special movement power. The world needs to know your sins. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire. Until your next turn, that character can't be given free actions. And a special defense power, Shazam, stop click, but only once per game. If this click is revealed by damage from an opponent's attack, you paid 40 points for Billy Batson. After resolutions, replace him with 37A Shazam on click number 6. This game, that Shazam can't be healed above click 6, and when KO'd, instead scores as only 40 points. All right, there you go. Hey, and look at this. Give a little bit of a shout out to Easton Brock and Howard Brock and Warren Ginn or Jin, the 2017 HeroClix Team World Champions. That's awesome. However, that being said, 3 winners, and what it looks like to me, 3 characters that are going to spin out of this, because it said Shazam is going to be numbered 37A, which means there's going to be a prime, and if it's Black Adam, that's going to be a very sought-after figure. So Billy Batson can turn into Shazam. Shazam is prime, so I'm betting that we're going to have Black Adam, and I'm betting all 3 of those guys had something to do with those 3 characters being the ones that were created. So congrats to those guys for winning the Team World Championships. All right, last but not least, Superwoman. When Rebirth happens, Lana Lang and Lois Lane are both imbued with Superman-like powers. I think she kind of imitates like the Superman Red kind of powers, more about energy stuff. Lana Lang may meet an untimely end. No, Lois Lane may meet an untimely end. One of the 2 of them does. Lois or Lana, I'm spacing on that now. But anyway, let's see. Superwoman. Can't have too many Superwomen. We have Metropolis Reporter and Scientist. Keywords. She is set number 35. She is worth 125 points. She has the Superman team ability. She has a trait, I can also absorb energy. Steal energy, but with range attacks instead of close attacks. Get Behind Me is a trait. Superwoman and adjacent friendly characters have protected energy, explosion, and pulse wave. And a special damage power, manipulate all forms of energy. When Superwoman is damaged by a range attack, give her a number of energy tokens equal to the damage taken. Free. Remove X energy tokens to either heal X 1 clicks or modify damage by plus X when making a ranged attack this turn. So in order to use her dial, you need to be fluent in algebraic languages. Here we go here. 6 clicks long. Pretty solid running shot, Psychic Blast. A lot of it has pretty good stats. Man, a 4 attack on the front there. She is 125 points. She's a little bit heftier in point cost and damage output than the rest of the characters that we saw here on day 1. Very excited. Very excited. We saw a lot of Defiance today. A lot of Titans. It seems to be a very Titan-centric set, which I wasn't completely expecting, having DC Rebirth. But like I said, a lot of new characters have come out as well. The first arc of Batman introduces Gotham and Gotham Girl, which are these 2 really cool characters that they could do a lot in HeroClix. Godspeed, Avery Ho, like I said, from the Flash series when it first started. Superman, his whole new dynamic with Clark and Lois and their son Jonathan Samuel Kent, who is the new Superboy. So hoping that we'll see him. You know, the Titans are run by Damian Wayne, and it's kind of status quo, but you have some old characters like Lilith, Omen, coming back into play, and hopefully we'll see some characters like that. I'm just super excited to have a lot of these characters back in the Rebirth storylines and to have some new characters in HeroClix form. Thank you so much for watching today. Once again, I am Scott Porter, and I am coming to you from Hyper RPG Studios in Studio City, California. Make sure to check out their YouTube channel or their Twitch, Hyper RPG. Once again, they have awesome tabletop stuff. They actually had a HeroClix show called Indomitable that I believe is still archived and you can find online. So go back and watch that for some amazing HeroClix fun here at Hyper RPG. DC Rebirth, the HeroClix set, will be coming out in mid-April. The pre-release will finally hit April the 3rd. I cannot wait to see you guys out there. Call your local comic book shops or gaming stores and make sure you get your hands on yours as soon as possible. I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of the DC HeroClix Rebirth unboxing series, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.